Hello, humans. Today is day 19 of losing 60 pounds in 90 days. Checking out the body from where we started, and I'm happy with the progress so far, weighing in at 277.4 today. Starting off the morning with the morning drink. It is apple cider vinegar for a tablespoon, a fourth a teaspoon of Baja Gold sea salt, and 10 grams of creatine monohydrate to get my body ready to attack the day. Lighting a candle because whenever I cook bacon, it really just smells like a farm of animals in here. But starting off with turkey bacon, laying it in the pan, and then letting that cook while we get the pancakes made. I'm trying this Birch Beecher's pancake mix, which is a little bit higher protein, less calories, and simple ingredients. Literally just what comes in the bag and some water and some all natural organic confetti, it says, whatever that means. But the bacon's cooked, ready to go. I'm getting some eggs going together so I don't have dementia when I am 49 years old. And then there's 0 sugar maple syrup going on top of the organic confetti pancakes, 4 chicken wieners, some honey, and also a dash of salt, pink salt to be exact. I'm gonna have some coffee, so I'm throwing in some L-theanine to get all the benefits of the coffee without the anxiety and jitters. Just the focus and energy, which is what we want anyways. Ending up with 7 pieces of turkey bacon, 2 whole eggs, cooked to perfection, 4 chicken wieners with honey and salt, and then a pancake on the side with some sugar-free maple syrup. Really solid meal all around, tastes good, excited to eat it. Last time I made my calories was for about like 284, 285. Today we weighed in at 278, yesterday 277. So I'm going to update my caloric intake for that number. So I'm going to go back to caloriecalculator.net. Okay, so looking at it, it's only dropping about 42 calories off. And I've already been aiming for the 2400. So actually, I'm just going to, I guess, keep it where it is and continue with the double cardio and ride it out. Before I go to the gym, I wanted something pre-workout wise that my body can eat up quick and uses fuel with high protein and quick acting carbs. So I'm starting with a 75 gram protein shake, which is 3 scoops, 25 grams each scoop of whey isolate protein. On the side, I'm doing 78 grams of banana with a drizzle of honey on top for about 10 grams. I understand as there's slow digesting and quick digesting carbs, and fruit is one of the quick digesting. So it takes a lot less time for my body to eat it up and actually get it ready as glucose for me to fuel. I'm starting this workout off with a upper body day, just a quick and dirty thing in the apartment gym. So I'm limited on resources. We did 4 sets of chest press. And then I did 4 sets of lat raises. When the weight is lighter, which I am maxing out stacks on this machine, I make a huge effort to really control the weight and the squeeze. So when I pull in, I try and hold it for like a second or two, and then trying to lowering the weight as slowly as possible. But you can see there's no more weight that can be added to the stack. I finished off with some banded chest flies. It was all I really had access to for a second chest exercise, and it worked out. I ended up working out for like 30 minutes and burned 303 calories, and then took a 20-minute walk outside. For dinner, I ended up scooping your favorite, my favorite, the world's favorite, Panda Express. I got teriyaki chicken, and this is a 100-gram protein meal. You just gotta really skip the sugary items, and you can have a good macro-friendly meal. Losing 60 pounds of fat and trying to track everything I eat, calorie intake is obviously super huge. So I'm looking at comparisons between things that I love eating, I don't want to give up, but what can I exchange that for on something that tastes similar but has either higher protein and less calories, or just less calories. So looking at Jif Extra Crunchy Peanut Butter. A serving size is 2 tablespoons for 190 calories and 7 grams of protein. If I then switch that to PB Fit, I'm looking at 2 tablespoons, the same serving size, but 60 calories. So 130 calories less and the same amount of protein at 7 grams. It's just way less fat intake and sugar. The next would be cheese. So looking at like American cheese, 1 slice is 80 calories. Whereas if I switch that to grated Parmesan cheese, I could just do a couple sprinkles and it's 20 calories, which is 60 calories less. Next thing I'm looking at is sour cream. So even 50% less fat, light sour cream, I'm looking at 35 calories for 2 tablespoons. Whereas I switched to a Icelandic Provision Skyer, basically a Greek yogurt but out of Iceland. The calories, yes, a little bit higher because of the serving size, but the protein is insane. So if I do a serving size of this Icelandic yogurt, I'm looking at 23 grams of protein versus 2 grams of protein. Now, from a protein standpoint, using ground turkey, 93.7 fat, it's 170 calories and 21 grams of protein, whereas lean ground beef of 93.7, same thing as the ground turkey, it's 170 calories and the protein is 23 grams of fat. The only thing different with these is the cholesterol issue with the red meat, which you're going to come into contact with on most things that are coming from 4-leg animals. So keeping cholesterol in mind, I'm switching from the ground beef to the ground turkey. But staying with red meat for a second, if we're looking at maybe getting a ribeye, it's a fattier meat, so the calories for 4 ounces is going to be 280 calories, 22 grams of fat, and 21 grams of protein. Whereas if I look at a sirloin steak, it is 150 calories. So 130 calories less, a third of the total fat, and actually more protein, 24 grams of protein. So if we're eating red meat, I'm looking at the sirloin over the ribeye because I'm going to get the same amount of protein with nearly half the amount of calories. Final one I want to put you guys on is, if you like mac and cheese, it's usually like, Kraft. We're shooting for Kraft mac and cheese. For 1 cup prepared, it is 320 calories, 44 grams of carbs, 9 grams of protein, and 11 grams of fat. Whereas Goodles, which a lot of you guys haven't heard of, but I really rock with, we're looking at a cup of prepared is 270 calories, which is 50 calories less than the Kraft, 4 grams of fat, which is 7 grams less than Kraft mac and cheese. And the protein is the greatest kicker. It has 15 grams of protein, whereas Kraft is only rocking with 9. So we're getting less calories and more protein. So this is the kind of stuff that I'm thinking about when I'm devising my meal plan and prep for this weight loss journey, is how can I still get the same amount of taste and enjoyment out of what I'm eating, but with less calories and higher protein. I have a bunch of helpful stuff in the description box below where you can help yourself for free on the fitness journey. But with that being said, I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.